The orphanage. Since it wasn't far away, they decided to go to the orphanage, just in case. But when they stood outside it and looked at the broken windows and the cracked brickwork, and the missing tiles on the roof, and smelt the orphanage smell drifting out of it, stale cigarette smokes, boiled cabbage, and unwashed bodies were the better parts, and heard someone crying steady sobs of misery through an upstairs window. Bob and Joan looked at each other, shook their heads. They didn't need to speak. Holding Roger's hand, they turned and walked away. The police station. There was a blue light outside the police station and a stout sergeant on duty at the desk. Roger looked at everything. The poster about Colorado beetles, the pictures of wanted criminals, the notices about bicycle safety. Since he couldn't read, he liked the picture of the Colorado beetle best. It looked very tasty. "Well," said the duty sergeant. "We found this little boy last night," said Bob. "We don't know where he comes from. We thought we ought to bring him here." "I do know where I come from," said Roger. "I come from down under the market. There's a broken gutter behind the cheese stall, and we had a nest in there. I was a rat," he added, to make it clearer for the policeman. The sergeant gave him a long, cold look. "Did you know there was such an offence as wasting police time?" he said. "No, he's confused," said Bob, anxious to explain. "That's all it is. He probably had a bang on the head. He'd forgotten his name and all." "I know it enough," said the boy. "I'm Roger." "Surname?" asked the sergeant. "My surname," said Roger, then worked it out. "My surname is Sir Roger," he declared, nodding firmly. "That's who I am, all right." "And we've been to the city hall," Joan said, "but they couldn't help, and you're the only other place we could think of," said Bob. "If he had a bang on the head," said the sergeant, tapping a pencil on the desk, "he ought to be took to the hospital." "Ah, we didn't think of that," said Joan. Roger was watching the surgeon's hand. "That's a nice patient," he said to him. "Eh? The patient you got. You've been chewing the flat end. I like the pointy end first." The sergeant gasped and then recovered his wits. "Did you notice that?" he said. "When I said hospital, he said patient. That proves it. He had a bang on the head. Either that or he's an escaped lunatic. But in any case, he ought to be at the hospital. We can't take him here. We haven't got the facilities for lunatics. And in any case, he ain't committed an offence. Yet," he added, glaring down at Roger. "The hospital." "No," said the receptionist. "He's not one of ours." They were very busy. People with broken legs or saucepans stuck in their heads sat waiting to be dealt with. Doctors in white coats rushed out listening to heartbeats or taking temperatures. Nurses emptied bedpans and bandaged cuts and grazes. It was the best place Roger had been in yet. "But he might have had a bang on the head," said Joan. "Poor little boy, he thinks he was a rat." Said the receptionist, and wrote "rodent delusion" on a pink slip of paper. "You've got a lot of patience," said Roger, looking with great interest on her desk. "Got to be patient here," she said, and passed the slip to the nearest doctor. That puzzled Roger, but he soon forgot it. The doctor was an important-looking man with a small black beard, and he said, "Follow me." So Bob and Joan took Roger into the consulting room and watched anxiously as the doctor examined him. First, he felt all around Roger's head. "No cranial contusions," said the doctor. Roger was fascinated by the rubber tube the doctor had around his neck, and when the doctor put the two hooks on the end into his own ears and placed the other end against Roger's chest, he could hardly hold himself back. His mouth was watering as much as he dribbled. "Good appetite?" the doctor asked. "Very good indeed," said Joan. "In fact, good," said the doctor, twiddling Roger's knees. Joan thought she'd better keep quiet. The doctor examined Roger all over and seemed to find only a healthy little boy. "So, what's this rodent delusion?" he said finally. "Well, he says he was a rat," said Bob. "He's convinced of it." "A rat, were you?" said the doctor. "When did you stop being a rat, then?" "When I turned into a boy," said Roger. "Yes, I see. When was that?" Roger twisted his lips. He looked at Bob for guidance, but the old man couldn't help, and neither could Joan. "Dunno," the boy said finally. "And why did you stop being a rat?" "Dunno." "Do you know where you are now?" "I'm a boy." "That's right. And you're going to stay a boy, do you hear?" "Yes," said Roger, nodding seriously. "No more of this nonsense." "No." "Mustn't worry your—" The doctor hesitated. He's been about to say your parents, but he looked at Bob and Joan again and said, "Granny and Grandpa." Joan sat up a bit sharply. Roger looked puzzled. Bob took Joan's hand. "He's no worry to us," he said, "as long as he's been all right." "He's perfectly all right," the doctor said. "A normal, healthy little boy." "But what should we do with him?" Joan said. "Send him to school, of course," said the doctor. "Now I'm busy. Run along. Good day to you."